A Beaumont abortion clinic is failing to provide a safe environment for patients and staff. That's what a state inspection report from the Texas Department of Health says.
KFDM News received a 17-page copy of the inspection report for the Whole Women's Health Clinic in Beaumont. It has many people, including the director of the Beaumont Pro-Life Group, concerned. KFDM's Leslie Rangel has been investigating the findings. She joins us live in the studio with more details. Leslie?
Yes, Kelly, this is a copy of that report from the state health department. It has more than a dozen violations. The state says they're not severe enough for a shutdown, but the clock is ticking, and now they have less than 10 days to present a corrective action plan. This is video of the Whole Women's Health Clinic in Beaumont off of 18th Street. Most of the time you can find people with a ministry called 40 Days for Life or Sidewalk Angels outside praying for families that go in. On October 3rd, state inspectors with the health department walked in the doors. They found oxygen tanks stored in hallways. Inspectors say it would be a safety hazard if one of those tanks was knocked over. 1 hour later, inspectors say they found holes in the floor, making it easy access for rodents to get inside the building. Now, one of the most disturbing parts of the report was their finding of rusty spots on what the health department describes as suction machines used on patients for evacuation of the products of conception. They said the rust could likely cause infections. The report goes on to say Whole Women's Health did not have an EKG machine ready in case of an emergency. They're used to monitor the electrical activity of the heart over time. The defibrillator was also not ready for use in an emergency, according to the report. In addition to all these violations, inspectors found expired medicine and medicine cups that had fallen on the counter, causing pills to spill. Now, we found that it's not the first time that the clinic has been investigated. About a year ago, the clinic violated a policy that they must have a protocol for transporting patients during an emergency. A report from a year ago describes a patient who was bleeding and taken to the hospital in her own car. We spoke with the director of 40 Days for Life, who says she remembers seeing a similar incident 1 year ago.
On that particular day, December 19th, 2012, a woman was in distress. Her husband or boyfriend left the clinic. She hobbled to the car. She was having trouble. She was in distress. We could see that she was hemorrhaging. It was obvious. There was a sheet around her. She got in the back seat of the car. He left, and within 10 minutes he came back and ran inside of the clinic, and the woman from the clinic came out. One of the nurses or assistants came out with a towel, I guess because she was bleeding profusely, and then they followed the doctor in his vehicle to the hospital, and they actually did go to the emergency room. And anything else beyond that, we do not know.
We have not heard back from Whole Women's Health in Beaumont. Once again, the state says the clinic does have 10 days to respond with a corrective action plan. Other doctors we spoke with about the matter say investigations like this are complaint-driven policies. Stay with KFDM as we continue to follow this story and what response the clinic might have. Reporting live in the studio, Leslie Rangel, KFDM 6 News.